Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. Welcome you all again in the virtual learning system of Pakistan International School, Taif, Saudi Arabia. Dear students, as you know that this is Pakistan International School, Taif, virtual class for class 8 and 9 junior students, subject computer science, and today is our 18th lecture. Teacher name Imran Ahmed. In the previous lecture, we were discussing about the chapter number 2, Fundamentals of Operating System. In the previous lecture, I told you that the all long question answer contains all the topics of chapter 2. So we have started the long questions. First question was explain the main functions of operating system. Over there, we have discussed few main functions of operating system. First one was process management. Second, memory management. Third, input output management. Fourth, file management. Fifth is resource management. And sixth is user management. All of these functions we have discussed in very detail. Today our topic, today our question is second question. Describe the following computer interfaces are common types of operating system. Describe the following computer interfaces or common types of operating system. A is command line interface. We can write shortly abbreviative CLI. B is graphical user interface, and this one is GUI. Third is C is menu driven interface. We will explain one by one all of these interfaces in very detail. First one is command line interface, which is denoted by CLI. In CLI, commands are given to the computer with keyboard. After this, I will show you the command line interface. In CLI, commands are given to the computer with keyboard. It is based on textual input. The user types in a command and press the enter key to execute it. Two commonly used operating systems that use CLI. One is DOS, stand for Disk Operating System, and Unix. CLI command line interface is difficult to use because user have to remember the commands to perform any task. So we will have to perform any task, we will use the command. Simply I told you that the command line interface is based on the commands. Now what are the commands? I will show you. Let's say CMD. Over there, check it. This is command line interface. For example, I am applying the command CLS. CLS, clear screen. Watch here, screen is cleared. Now CLS is a command. DIR, directory command. So when I press the enter key, it will show me the directory. Directory means the folders which are existing in the folder Imran. Watch here, this is the path C. In the C drive, there is a user folder. In the user folder, there is Imran folder, and over there, these files are exist. So dir, these are the commands. Dir, cls, del. So many commands are there. So this one is difficult to remember or difficult to use. That's why CLI is difficult for the person. In CLI, commands are given, so I show you how to apply the commands to the computer with the keyboard. With the help of keyboard, I apply the command. It is based on textual input. The text I pressed, let's say I show you the example. CLS stand for clear screen command, and dir directory command. The user types commands and press the enter key. When I type the command after the pressing the enter key, and the command will be executed to perform its function. Two commonly used operating systems that use the CLI is number one, DOS. DOS stands for the disk operating system. Before the I tell you that the before the Windows operating system, the operating system which was exist was DOS. So DOS was the textual input, textual command prompt input. So DOS stand for disk operating system. And Unix. Unix is another operating system. CLI is difficult to use. Why it is difficult to use? Because user have to remember the commands. Because if you want to apply any command, let's say you want to cut or copy or paste or like this one, in the Windows it is very simple. In Windows or graphical user interface, it is very simple because on the right click you check there is a copy is written, so you copy and paste at the another place. But over here in the DOS, if you want to apply any copy command, so you must remember the commands of the copy command or cut command or paste command or any command which exists in the DOS operating system. That's why it is difficult to use. Remember the commands to perform any task. Second is, so this one was the command line interface. Second is graphical user interface. GUI, graphical user interface, is we can call it GUI. GUI is graphical user interface for a computer user to interact with the computer. Watch here, we are using nowadays Windows operating system, Linux operating system, Mac operating system. So these are the graphical user interfaces. Why we are calling them a graphical user interface? Because over there we can use mouse, we can use the icons. Watch here at the desktop, there are different icons are present, mouse is scrolling over there, and each and everything can be exist, or I can open anything with the help of mouse. That's why this one is called the graphical user interface. Different colors are appeared on the screen. You can set the resolution of the monitor, you can set anything with the help of mouse, and so no need to remember the commands. That's why we call this one is graphical user interface. Graphical user interface for a computer user to interact with the computer, it uses windows, icons, menus, and pointer. Watch here, the mouse is scrolling. So this one is called the pointer. So MS Word is open over here. Watch here, MS Word is working over here. This one is called the window. Let's say I show you any other window. So this one, and this is a window. I can open any other window like this one. So these are called the windows. When you open any folder or any drive, so it gives us the window. So that's why we call this one is the Windows operating system. Icons. What are the icons? So these are the icons for the any program. Let's say Microsoft Edge. This one, this icon represent the Zoom. This icon represent the any other thing. Watch here. This all of the icon recycle bin my computer. So these are called the icons of the program. Menus and pointer. Menus. What is the menus? Watch here in the MS Word. At the top there is written home. Then insert, page layout, references, mailing, etc. These are called the menus. In each and every menu, there are different commands are present. For example, I click on the home menu. There is written cut, copy, format, time, New Romans, ABC, whatever. All of these are called the menus. The user had to select the icon or make choices in the menus using a pointing device, such as with the help of mouse. I can open any menu. Let's say if I close or if I open any other window, so from home I can open that thing. The user had to select icons or make choices in menu using a pointing device such as mouse. Examples of operating system that use graphical user interface are, so which are the operating system use graphical user interface? Number one, Macintosh, Macintosh, Linux, and Windows. Windows is mostly we are Asians. We Asian use the Windows, or in the Middle East, mostly we use the Windows. Linux mostly uses the Europe mostly user use the instead of Windows they use the Linux operating system. Macintosh in Americans they use the Macintosh operating system. So iPhone use the Macintosh or Apple products. If you have the iPad or iPhone, iPod, like these devices, they use the Macintosh operating system. The following are the advantages of the graphical user interface. What are the advantages of the graphical user interface? Number one, much easier to learn and use. It is very easy to learn and use. In layman, for example, if I compare the graphical user interface with the CLI or command line interface, if I compare over there in the CLI, you must remember the commands, but over here it is not necessary to remember the commands because when if the layman person can sit at the computer, he can open any window easily or he can copy or paste anything very easily. So it is very easier to learn and use. No need to memorize the commands. In CLI, as I told you, you must revise the different commands like CLS, dir, many commands are exist. I show you a few commands. So no need to memorize the commands in graphical user interface. Number third, allow user to run more than one program at the same time. At the same time, I can use many programs. Watch here. I'm using MS Word. One program is this one, MS Word. Second program, Zoom is also running. Zoom is also running. So this one is another program. So I can open different program at the same time. Let's say it depends on the computer RAM. If you have the higher RAM, then you can open many programs at the same time. Number third, allow user to run more than one program at the same time. As I show you, currently I am using the two programs at the same time. Number one is MS Word, number second is Zoom. So I can open third program as well, but no need because we are not concerned with the third one. Following are the disadvantages of graphical user interface. Graphical user interface having the following disadvantages: takes up lot of memory. Takes a lot of memory if you want to install a Windows operating system or Windows 10 operating system in your computer. So it is necessary your hard disk must have free of minimum 50 GB. Minimum, I tell you, minimum 50 GB. You have the space in your computer hard disk. If you don't have the space, then it will be hanged or not will be not installed. So it will take the much amount of your memory. Needs faster computer as compared to the other interfaces. Faster computer means Core i3. If you want to install the Windows 10 in your computer, so Core i3, Intel Core i3 or Core i5, it is better to use the. But when you install at the dual core, it will be creating the problem for you. So this one is the drawbacks. These are the drawbacks of the graphical user interface. Third is menu driven interface. Menu driven interface present a menu on the screens. Menus. I tell you what is the menu. Home is the menu. Insert in the menu. Page layout. So different menus are present at the screen. User make a choice and then next menu appears. So if you click that, the one choice, let's say I open the insert in the mostly iPhone. If you have the iPhone, why these iPhones are the menu-driven interfaces. The user make another choice and so on. Menu-driven interface is also used in some application programs. So this one is the application program MS Word. In the application program, we are using the MS Word and different menus are present. Now, with the help of these choices, I can select anything and I can change my documents very easily. Menu-driven interface is also used in some application program and other devices. Other devices means such as mobile phone and iPod. They are using they are using what? They are using the menu-driven interface. The following are two common menu-driven operating systems are Novel NetWare. One is Novel NetWare and another one is ProDOS. So these two operating systems are the menu-driven interface. Question number 3. Question number 3 is describe the following types of operating system. Number 1, batch operating system. B, time sharing operating system. C, real time operating system. We will discuss one by one in very detail. Number 1, batch operating system. In a batch processing system or batch operating system, jobs are grouped in batches. Jobs are grouped in batches. For example, a long program is there. Let's say what is the batches. If anything exists in very large scale and or very small number of pieces are there and you are going to combine them pieces, then this one is called a batch. So there are different jobs are there, and when they are grouped or combined to each other, this one is called the batches, and the computer execute them one by one. So different jobs or different batches are executed one by one very easily. When the current job terminates, when one job will be finished, the computer automatically loads the next job and start executing it. For example, in the batch processing system, let's say I am opening the computer, this laptop. If I open the one program, currently processor will be execute this one. When I close this one, so another job will be ready. So up to so on, this process will be continued. Example, in examination report card system, all the data of student examination is collected and processed as a badge for printing report cards. How first, let's say there, if you are in your class, if your result is there, how can we display your result card? First, roll number 1. So when it will be completed automatically, roll number 2 result card will be displayed automatically. Third, then up to so on. So this one is called the batch processing system. Second is time sharing system. Time sharing system is a feature of operating system in which multiple users can run different programs on a computer. Different computer programs on a computer. In a time sharing system, the central processing unit or CPU is switched rapidly between the programs. Watch here. There are currently two programs I am opening at the same time. One is Zoom, another one is the Word. So processor is allocating both the space. So one first they are executing the Zoom, then their time within the fraction of second. CPU switch between the two programs, MS Word and the Zoom. So this one is called the time sharing system between so that all user programs are executed simultaneously. Check it. Both the programs are opened. Which one? Zoom is already running. Another one, Word is running. So both programs are executed simultaneously on my CPU. The operating system used in the mini computers and the mainframe computers for time sharing. So in the previous term, in first term, we have discussed the types of computers. Over there, we have discussed the mini computer, mainframe computers, supercomputer like and microcomputers. So which computer supports the time sharing system? Mini computers and mainframe computers support the time sharing operating system. Time sharing operating systems are used in organization such as where They use a time sharing airlines, bank, hotel, university, etc. It means that in big organizations, they are using the time sharing operating system. Number third or number C is real time operating system. Real time operating system are used to supply immediate response within a limited time. Immediate response, for example, a measurement from an oil refinery indicating that the temperatures are getting too high might demand quick response to avoid an explosion. Let's say, let's say in the you can let's say you set the temperature at 100 degrees Celsius. If you will not give the response after the 100 degrees Celsius, then what happened? Then the explosion occur after the 100 degrees centigrade. There are a number of real-time operating systems used in the military and the space research program. For example, real-time operating system is used to monitor the position of rocket in the space. Let's say you are working in a air defense and the radar system is also working on the real-time system. For example, a enemy plane, uh, if the enemy plane is enter in your area, if the radar will not give you response, then it can be a disaster. So real-time operating system is used in the space in the rocket to up to so on. I hope this one is enough. Today is enough. Inshallah, tomorrow we will explain the new topics. Till take care of yourself. Pray for me. Pray for all Muslim. Allah Hafiz.